My own personal philosophy of leadership entails the qualities I believe each leader should obtain on their path to leadership. Starting off with the fact that leaders are not always going to be the people with a title, like a CEO of a company or a manager of a business, although those people can be great leaders if they don't let the title get to them. Some people who have that certain title do indeed think that they are a leader or the leader, but in fact, all they have is authority. They are an authority figure, not a leader. Leadership is more of an opportunity, not a position. A leader should never wait on anything, so they should be precise in the decisions that they are making. Leaders should always be acting on the decisions that they're making for whatever they may be leading, meaning that they shouldn't be lazy in anything they are doing. When thinking of leadership, I think of hardworking people, ready to act in any circumstance, good or bad. Leaders should be loyal and always honest with everyone and everything. One of my professors from this semester said to me that if you don't lie, you don't have to remember what you said. This makes so much sense to me because if you were telling the truth, then you wouldn't have to remember what you said. Something that goes along with honesty and trust is making good ethical decisions, not breaking any laws. Being loyal, though, is much harder than many people think, especially in business decisions, when many people will actually try and break ethical standards. Leading loyally can be very hard to do, and for some people, it will break their leadership rules. A leader should be very focused and devoted to their community or the business that they are choosing to lead. If one is not focused and devoted to, say, a project they are working on for their community, then maybe that project would never get completed, and that is not leadership. Leadership is very time-consuming, so to be a good leader, you need to learn to be a very reliable, respectful, and patient human being. Leadership also entails having courage to act on the choices that you're making, whether it end up being a mistake or not. Mistakes are a whole nother part of leadership because that is how you learn and grow, by making those mistakes, which will either make or break people. Lastly, leadership should involve all open-minded people. You can't lead if your mind is closed off to only yourself and your ideas, or you're just a selfish person. Leadership means working with other people and accepting their ideas as well as your own. To be a leader does not mean to be selfish in your actions and your words. Leadership entails many different traits of people, but I believe that leadership truly gives people a way to learn how to be a good person in general, in life and all, because not only traits, but also relationships are crucially important in leadership. To have good relationships with people is very important. Some of those relationships actually will help leaders along the way. A good question leaders should ask themselves is, what do you want to see changed in the world, which we saw in our class this semester. Along with that question is that leaders should and need to know their why in life and leading. In the world of leadership, you have to have great communication skills. You have to be a motivator in many circumstances, if not all. And when taking on a leadership role, you have to have a mission, a vision, and a strategy to how you will go about the ideas brought up. I believe that leaders should have a theory why of their way of doing things, because productivity is huge in leadership. So the bottom line is that leadership is very hard. It's tough on people, and it takes practice. But life also takes practice, and nobody is perfect.